Good afternoon, everybody. I'm PC Outcast, and this is more of Ambition. So, it didn't go too bad. I mean, we ended up with quite a bit of peril, but we did increase our credibility a little bit as well, and we got a bit of cheap crown gossip. So that's, all in all, not too bad, I guess. Avril 4. Okay, so we have... Yeah, unfortunately, we've got, like, bang, 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 all these military things. Unfortunately, we're going to get a 10-point hit to credibility. Yeah, we really should not... we really have to make sure that there's some space in between things. But we've got a... What is this? Military ball again? Oh, no, we declined this one. Okay, no problem. We can rest up. And then we got another military ball tomorrow. Okay, so we can't actually sell the stuff that we've got. Oh, how are things going here? Well, we did boost the military, but it doesn't seem to have actually really affected its power all that much. I think we moved the church towards the crown a little bit as well. And that's about it. We got some cheap gossip. This has 5 days. Oh, we have 5 days to deliver that. Well, we have 2 cheap ones that are nice and fresh. That's fine. And this we're gonna want to wear probably our provincial outfit. This one's already taken a bit of a beating. That one too. The Revolution doesn't like it, but that doesn't matter. And we'll wear the provincial one. And I think we should just rest up, get our exhaustion down. It'd be nice to do something, but nope. Spend the day lounging at home. Decide to take the day off and spend some time at home, resting and recuperating. After spending the day in, taking care of yourself, doing some light reading, you finally feel recharged. The exhaustion that had been affecting you before is past. With that complete, you turn your focus upon other matters that demand your attention, like sleeping until tomorrow, for example. Nope. You look up at the sound of Camille knocking on your doorframe. Good morning, madame. The house's rent is due today, as are my wages. Uh-oh.
Huh.
Unfortunately, you simply don't have the money to pay for that. Of course, this doesn't make your landlord any happier, nor does it make Camille feel any better about you. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh boy. Peril up, credibility down. Camille leaves looking disappointed by this turn of events, but your day continues regardless. Great. Simply wonderful. Wear that. Ugh. You brush off the notion and blah blah blah. We're apparently outside. Credibility is up. Level of restfulness is not altered anything. You gain some cheap military gossip. Well, since we are already broke, let's just go ahead and give him a gift. He gravely takes the gift from you and sets it aside. As you enter the party, you hear the whispers of other guests noting your generosity. Okay, peril went down a little bit. That's good. Credibility up. Allow the games to begin. We better not pick up any more peril, because that's probably a terrible idea. Small wager. Games of chance might be illegal, but can make money. Wave of the soldiers having... Oh, hang on a second. That's the cicada in the tree. Let me close the door. Apologies, don't know if you could actually hear that from through the recording, but those things are really noisy. Anyway, credibility, there's a chance of peril. Wife of the soldiers having some trouble consorting with the other military spouses at this event, which is their loss, as she seems to know some very interesting things. Cheap, shocking, and outrageous military gossip. Yeah, that was her, right? You gain favor with Alex, a gallant dragoon, has enthralled a small crowd with adventurous stories of his childhood spent in the colonies. He seems to be quite the charming sort and likely bears further investigation. Okay. Chance for some shocking bourgeoisie, or whatever. Bourgeoisie. There you go. Bourgeoisie gossip. You're approached by a woman who is playing a most unusual game with a host. The strange game must be conducted in secret, but is also uniquely suited to your sort of talents. Let's try this one. You stroll about the tent, giggling to yourself at the band's insistence on only playing marching tunes and other stoic fare. Some guests attempt to dance to it, awkwardly bobbing about like wooden toys in a bathtub. There's a small crowd in a corner of the tent. The audience is frozen in rapt attention, with their silence interrupted by bursts of laughter and fascinated gasps. Seeing nothing else worthy of your interest, you decide to investigate. Delicately but persistently, you manage to push your way through the crowd to find a man wearing the uniform of a private at the center of it. His accent is slightly foreign, but his dictation is as elegant as any nobleman's. His face is sincere and bright.
Ooh.
As it turns out, this log I'd been throwing stones at was actually a caiman. The biggest lizard I'd ever seen, leaping towards me, and with a scream, I ran as fast as my little legs would carry me, he says while miming a running motion with his fingers. But still, it was too small, and I was too small, and the beast was too fast. He was but moments from devouring me whole when the slave sitting on a wall looks up from his lunch, and he doesn't even move. He just yells at me, "Serpentine, little monsieur." So I did just that. As fast as I could, I started winding back and forth like a tiny little drunkard, and eventually the beast gave up the chase. Nevertheless, I didn't stop running until I got home. I assure you, on my honor, that I've never trusted a log ever since. Crowd erupts into pearls of pells of laughter and murmurs of approval. As they mutter amongst themselves, you notice an opportune lull in the conversation. A caiman. Did you grow up in the Americas? Perhaps? No, we do not want more peril. Oh my god, a caiman? Did you grow up in America?
Oh-ho!
In fact, I did. A small farming town named Jerome in Saint Domingo. Someplace. I gained a little bit of favor with Corporal Dumas. My father grew coffee there for a while before returning to France to claim his estate. I've been in Paris ever since. On the other side of the tent, someone important calls for a toast, which slowly turns into more of a speech. Everyone starts to drift in the direction of the rambling diatribe, impelled more by certain social graces than by actual interest. Well, everyone except you and a certain charismatic dragoon. Between you and me, I've been drinking toasts all day, he whispers to you. To health, to glory, to honor, to his majesty, to every relation of his you can imagine. The last thing I need is another one. My lieutenant finds me tomorrow still deep in my cups, he'll have me trampled with my own horse. Easy credibility challenge? Oh my god, are you sure? We could just have one between us. A toast? Just between us? In that case, I'd say we drink to new friends and unwise decisions. Excellent, more favor. Two of you drink deep your wine and laugh together, but the poor fortune of those unlucky guests still trapped in the throes of a speech that simply will not end. Oh, I'm so sorry, I just realized that I never introduced myself. He bows to you, formal and precise. Corporal Thomas Alexandra Dumas of the Queen's Royal Dragoons at your service, madame. Yvette. Just Yvette. Oh my. Curtsy. Yvette Deco, Baroness to be, an infamous socialite at your service. He chuckles, well, I certainly don't know what services I'll need from an infamous socialite, but I can't wait to find out. I love toasts. You gain even more favor. Out on another side of the tent, you see someone else in the uniform of the Queen's Royal Dragoons waving Corporal Dumas over. He sighs, my apologies, madame. It appears that I have some other business I need to attend to. However, before I go, I'll say that there's no need for you to address me by my rank. In fact, I simply must insist that you call me Alex moving forward. With another bow, as formal as the first, he leaves. However, before he disappears in the crowd, you notice him glancing back at you one last time. Ooh. The look of love. So we have a potential date candidate. Spilled drinks. Appears that some guests have spilled their drink on you. Surely an apology is in order for such a glaring misstep, no? So, credibility in peril. Doesn't seem all that thrilling. Ooh, more favor with Alex? Alex is chatting with his brother in arms, who appears to be matching Alex drink for drink despite a distinctly smaller build, the results of which are predictable. Nevertheless, the conversation looks to be great fun. You're approached by a woman who is playing a most unusual game with the host. This strange game must be conducted in secret. Okay, that's more of that. And then another wager. I'd say that we look to make some more inroads with Alex. Of course, it might turn out completely horrible. But you know what? We're nearly broke and our peril is through the roof, so hey. From across the tent, you notice the Dragoon, Alex from before. He appears to be talking with one of his friends. As you get closer, you notice that while Alex is behaving as charmingly as ever, his friend is using one hand to steady himself on the table. This table has several empty wine bottles on it. Exactly. Everyone else in the cavalry treats us like we're expendable, but we're the ones doing all the fighting, even in peacetime. We're the ones fighting brigands and highwaymen. We're the ones keeping people safe. Mon Dieu, I don't know what that word is. I swear that the more your job actually helps people, the less anyone cares about it. He emphasizes this point with a wild swing of his arm, sending a small arc of wine through the air towards you. Thinking quickly, you lean out of the way and manage to narrowly dodge the offending refreshment. You loudly sigh with relief, which catches Alexandre's attention, and he approaches you. Oh, Yvette, are you all right? I'm so sorry about that. It was an accident. I'm sorry, but everything is ruined. Oh, don't worry about it. It wasn't your fault. Your friend is the one throwing the good wine. Oh. Well, that's certainly correct. I'm still responsible for him. We do have to look out for our comrades in arms after all. Looking up from his mysteriously empty glass, the Dragoon approaches you two with a wide smile. Oh ho! What is this? A fine lady in our midst? Ah, madame, you seem to have a fine choice in acquaintances. He clasps his arm firmly around Alex's shoulder. May I be the first to introduce you to Corporal Dumas of the Queen's Royal Dragoons? How well do you know him? I've served with Alex for years. We have ridden up and down this country fighting brigands and rescuing fair maidens just like yourself. I know him so well that we are known about our regiment as the Inseparables. Wait. Oh, sorry. Wait. Do they really call us that? Alex asks, dumbfounded for a moment. Ah, my friend here's not just some simple bumpkin from the Americas. He's a man of culture, good humor, and a peerless duelist. He's also the strongest man I've ever met, perhaps the strongest in all of France. And I defy anyone to tell me otherwise, he declares with such determination that several party attendees move further away from your group. Nobody is defying you at all. Ooh. Ah, you're most persuasive in your arguments, monsieur. Alexandra is truly amazing. Corporal stares at you as you pretend to be won over by his boasts and his idle prattle. His mind is a few steps behind, performing at the sluggish pace of the inebriated.
Oh-ho!
Brightens up, taken by your placating deception. You see, Alex, I knew she would listen to reason. Alex sighs. Yes, she certainly did. My apologies. But it seems that I have an appointment elsewhere and I'll have to leave you two alone. Corporal Dalvin leaves, slyly giving Alex a wink that's as subtle as a lighthouse. After confirming that his friend is finally gone, Alex gives you a relieved smile. Thank you so much for your taking that in good humor. You have gained more favor with Alex. Finally alone, the two of you chat together for a while longer. Groups can be nice, but there's something freeing about being alone with someone interesting. Pardon me if this is too forward, but I was wondering if you'd be interested in seeing me another time. Why, Alex, I thought you'd never ask. Fantastic. I'll call upon you very soon, he says, scribbling down something on a piece of paper. You've gained a little more favor with Alex. He hands you the slip. Here's my address, or at least where I'm quartered in the city. Please feel free to write me whenever you like. Rendezvous with Alex is now available. Discover some suitable locations in the Paris map so you can invite him out. Really? The ladies invite the gentlemen out for a date. He bows deeply to you. Now, if you may excuse me, I must go instruct my wayward friends in manners. Au revoir, Madame Dico. Well, that went well, I think. Credibility up. Peril, unfortunately, not that good. We gained 3 more peril. 8 favor with Alex. Lost a bit of money, gained some credibility. I think, did we gain and lose credibility? Because this looks like it's basically the same as it was before. The 6th. Okay, so this is another choir recital. This is for church gossip. It's gonna be on the 16th. No, on the 12th. So it's in between the two. Let's see, it's the 6th now, so we have 3 days? 6, 7, and 8 to do things before the company party. Then we have 10 and 11 in between if we want to take this one. The Feast of Saint Aaron. Then we got 13, 14, and 15 before the choir recital. Church gossip, yeah, you know, whatever. We'll take it. Okay. Well, that went pretty well, I think. Let's go ahead and see. So we can, Your tireless investigation of your hated foe, Viscountess Marcel Defoe, has led you to a small and seemingly insignificant bank. You can also go to the garden. Music to your ears. That gains credibility. Is there anything to get rid of peril? Is the only thing we can do to gain peril is a reduced peril is pay for things? Oh, we could gain some favor with Honorade. About a certain wealthy widow making inquiries with a creator of bespoke furniture. What could she be up to? That one. A luxurious restaurant, this rendezvous location caters to some of the wealthiest and most powerful clientele in all of Paris. I mean, we're pretty low on money. Can I end up with... I still don't understand what the 30-0... Can we make money, or... I mean, I guess that would make sense, right? It's a potential reward. We could make money from this. Sure. Give it a try. Out in the city, you find yourself wandering a street lined with businesses making and selling fine furniture. The air smells of rich woods, sweet resins, and pungent varnishes. Just looking at all the magnificent pieces on display is enough to make you wonder how much it would cost to replace the aging and splintering furnishings in your own home. Probably far too much. It's then that you spot a familiar figure, wearing a dress as dark as midnight, examining a store with a worn and illegible sign. Madame Gazelle doesn't seem to notice you as she enters the shop. No, we're not going to take on more peril. We'll just observe. You wait outside for a while, wondering what to do next. Observing the shop from afar, you pretend to browse through the selections put on display by some of the neighboring merchants. Over the next half an hour, you actually manage to learn something about fine furniture. It might be helpful at the next party you go to. Good ability. Eventually, Madame Gazelle emerges from the store, looking absolutely livid. She gestures to her coachman, Renee, who starts bringing her carriage around. Listening intently, you manage to hear her say, "Fine. Fine. If that old fool can't help me, I'll find someone who can." She gets into her carriage and disappears. You can't help but wonder what just transpired in that store. With a slightly increased knowledge of fine furniture, but no definite answers, you head home. Okay, well, we didn't really get anything out of that. Except possibly something we can use at the next party. Wow, that's quite a name. Charles Maurice de Talleyrand Perigord, or simply Talleyrand, is figure of much discussion in France. Born as the scion to a powerful royal family, Talleyrand's foot was maimed at an early age in an accident. Unable to participate in the dances of the courtiers or march adequately enough to serve in the military, he was deemed useless by his family. Thus, he was sent into the priesthood like many unwanted sons of nobility. While he's fulfilled his duties to the church well, he's also been the subject of much scandal. Talleyrand believes that he embodies a modern system of Catholic values, including his preference towards the needs of the common people over the nobility. However, these modern views seem to be dismissive of his vows of celibacy. Despite the infirmities that caused his family to dismiss him, he's still being considered quite desirable by many women in France due to his kindness, erudition, and snapping witticisms. However, actual advancement within the church has evaded him for some time. While it's well known that he's been impatiently waiting for the Archbishop of Bourges, I don't know, to finally join the heavenly host, Talleyrand has also had his eye on the post of the Bishop of Autun. A few days ago, his pious prayers were answered and the Bishop of Autun moved to Lyon. This opening has made Talleyrand the new bishop and given him all of the power he wanted. This includes a wealth of property and a salary of nearly 15,000 livres a year. 50,000. Damn, it's good to be a bishop. Of course, this has caused some uproar, as Talleyrand has never even been to Autun. Ignoring his critics, he spent the evening celebrating this turn of good fortune by dining with his mistress in the Louvre. The revolution has gained a powerful ally within the church, but the credibility of the church has been damaged for reasons that don't require divine insight to perceive. Church powered down. Churches move towards a revolution by a decent amount. Uh-oh. And so, in Paris, life goes on. Well, Righty then. Okay, well, we didn't get that much out of things, so we're gonna go ahead and go do some selling. Selling of information. No chance.
Ooh.
Thank you, madame. This is exactly the kind of salacious trash our esteemed readers, slipped away. And thus we are going to peddle. Move the military slightly towards the crown. Perfect. Pierre claps his hands together in delight. Madame, it appears that you have done me a great service. With this latest gossip, I can finally launch my most controversial social piece yet.
Huh.
In fact, your contributions have been so great that they must be recognized. Madame Decaux, you are no longer a mere gossip monger. Today you are a journalist. You've reached the rank of journalists at the paper. The title itself is meaningless, but it certainly sounds nice. Now, I assume you wish to know more about your beloved amant, no? Before we get into that, why did you need me specifically to do this? Pierre sighs and mops the sweat from his brow with a severely tainted handkerchief. To be honest, madame, I'm in a bit of a tough situation. Newspapers like my own, have always existed in one unofficial capacity or another, but with the end of royal censorship, new papers are opening every day. The competition for readership and for new information has become ridiculous. Pierre throws up his hands in exasperation. I can't just print gossip that's been sold to everyone else. My readers expect something unique in these pages, not the same unoriginal tripe bandied about in those lesser papers. He continues, his outrage shockingly sincere. I need you because my other sources have taken their business to less esteemed publications. If I'm your only real source, shouldn't I be getting paid more? Pierre scowls at you for a fraction of a second before breaking out into a wide and almost sympathetic grin. Madame, if only I could, I would pay for your gracious insights with bars of silver and fistfuls of rubies, as that is what they are worth. He gestures to his dilapidated and stained office. However, while the pursuit of truth may make a man virtuous, it does not make him wealthy. The coins I give are all I can spare, as I need all that remains to keep the wheels of my press turning. While the empty liquor bottles laying on the ground make you doubt his honesty a little, you get the feeling that he isn't going to budge on this. But please, enough about such ignoble matters. You are here to learn of your fiancé, huh? It may shock you to learn that Armand managed to keep some rather opinionated company, Pierre says with the careful circumspection of someone severely downplaying the seriousness of a situation. While the details of their beliefs have been remarkably difficult to track down, I know two things about their views. The first is that they show an open disdain for the country's current laws and privileges, which made them unwelcome with the aristocracy supporting the crown. However, they also harbor a strong devotion to the Queen, which alienated them to the nationalists in the Revolution. There's a studio in the 17th arrondissement, where he and some like-minded individuals prefer to discuss the proper course of the country. Painters in the front, planning in the back, and also stabbing in the back. Pierre starts scribbling on a piece of paper, where when he hands it off to you, find it to be an address. The Goutte Royale, or something like that, raided the studio a month ago and arrested everyone. Pierre explains. While supporting the Queen is certainly no crime, something about this group's beliefs was making someone in power quite uncomfortable. The studio's been abandoned ever since. Go there and you might find something that leads you to your Armand. The abandoned studio is now available. Now, before you leave, madame, I hope that you do not forget about me and my humble paper. I still find your social insights valuable, and I'm always willing to pay for anything you can bring me. I like to think we've made a good business partner, no? But of course, Pierre, of course. It's been a delight. Pierre puts down his snuff box and favors you with a deep and theatrical bow. And now you flatter me, madame. Bonne chance, and may God see fit to reunite you with your Armand in good haste. Great haste. At the mention of God, Pierre makes the sign of the cross, but you're pretty sure he did it backwards. Adieu, and may our paths cross again. Indeed. May they always cross when I need money. And on that note, we will wrap this episode up. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. We will see you next time.